And so just to make sure, for you guys that were out there and were watching that the scores of that game, we saw PPJ and those guys, they won map number 1, 7-2, and then E United had won map number 2, 7-3. So I think they were going in on tiebreaker right there.
Yep, and as we're seeing right now, we're going to hop on board here with Icy, who's leading the front spawn. We usually expect to see Mental here, but Icy can play this position as well. He's just waiting to hold his shots, and you can just see how he bodied DeFazio off that back A.
Yes, he did, though. The fight on the table is going to be one of the big things right there, Waldo, where you have to really come through and, you have to really take charge because you want to push out there and get that wide angle. But for all our new viewers out there who don't know too much about what escalation is, first to 7 rounds will win the map. In order to get around, it's first to 210 points. As you guys can see in the top left-hand corner, that's where the points will be accumulated. Or you can win a round by a trip cap. And also in the top left-hand corner, you see the colors A, B, C. Based off the color will tell you which team is going to be controlling that hill. And if you have trouble knowing which team is which, just look at the top of the scoreboard. You see OpTic Gaming in blue, and Illicit's going to be in red right there.
And they had a really good home. Illicit had a really good home hill setup there. But what ended up happening is OpTic, again, being very patient, waiting for their opportunity to push. You can see Sneaky trying to be sneaky there, but gets taken out. And OpTic are just playing for the home hills now, and they've switched strats, and now the major fight's going to be over on tables on B.
Yeah, OpTic, they've done such a good job, even not on this map, but different maps as well, just controlling those home hills. They say, hey, you know what, if we can't control the initial, they have good setups for home hill control and the neutral hill controls, meaning that you control a neutral hill and your home hill as well. But OpTic, they always have something in their bag of tricks for every situation.
And what they're doing is they're trying to stop your lanes of combat. They're forcing you to fight where they want you to and not letting up at any point in time. So it's really hard for Illicit to actually gain any momentum because they're getting forced into these 1v1s and 2v2s into Lancer crosses.
And yeah, you're going to see that opening push right there. And with my fault, not opening push, but you're going to see that push right there by Mental. He got those 2 double downs right there, securing his team that first round. And now, as the respawn timers are going to be increasing 2 seconds per round, all the way up into halftime round number 7, we're going to be going into 12-second respawns, but also we're about to look at the weapon selection process. Waldo, what should they do right here?
Well, from the look at it, Illicit may go for a block, which again, I don't think that you should do early. I think that you should play it out a little bit, maybe put a weapon down, not retros and maybe not snipes, because again, that will slow down the map a little bit too much. They kind of want to force fights, but you can see by blocking down low, there's no fight for the map, so everything, again, is going to be on the high side of the map. You're going to be fighting in cockpit and the nade pocket that's right below it.
Waldo, I don't agree with you right there. I think that was a great block down low on the bottom half of the map. Get it out the way early so you can see some good weapons being placed on the map. But the opening fight here, DeFazio breaks Ice on Mental, and he cleans him up. Now Icy is trying to get redemption over here. He's backing up 1v2 situation, trying to stay alive here, gonna push forward. He's opting just gonna go push right past him. You see the rest of Illicit, they picked up 2 other kills, and now Icy's in a difficult situation, but right now he's just gonna run away, play for his life. But as you see, the other 2 Illicit members are like, hey, we're about to kind of chase this guy down, but Icy is just trying to be annoying. Good back 8 right there. He's staying alive here, and he finally goes down.
That was a great job by Illicit, and that's what we said that they needed to do. They have to win those initial fights because it allows them to gain map control early and control the momentum. Now, they're forcing the fights. You can see Visions, he's going to be getting crossed out there, and Mental just picking up a kill on DeFazio, and OpTic Gaming are swarming back onto B, and then they're looking to make that move towards the C hill.
Yeah, definitely. So coming right here, you're going to have Strangulate. He's going to go down here as well. And now Explosives. If he can kind of push around here, he's looking to put some pressure here on Illicit's home hill. And now trying to put some shots in. He's waiting for the rest of his teammates. They're going to push in as well. He's going to join the fight very, very soon. Doesn't have much of any vision right there. Fnatic trying to defend the flank, and he's going to get a good shot in. I think that's going to be Icy, and Icy's going to back up. But Summers with a triple and a quad up top. He picks up a 4-piece in the last member. They say, Summers, go ahead and get it. But Kenny said, you're taking too long, and they're going to come out of here with a domination.
Drop Kenny. Took my quad.
And I said it on Fight Night. I said, you know what? If you're going to be that teammate that takes away my Quint, okay, if you take away my 5-piece, I don't want to team with you no more. You got to go. We got to have a conversation at the end of this game. Just to see if you're really my friend.
I would just look down the line, Kenny.
And knowing how Kenny is, he was probably chuckling. He thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
He probably did. And again, you just see the momentum. All of OpTic Gaming was all over that hill. Even with no vision, they're at least crossing effectively to know if any damage is going down, it's opening an opportunity for OpTic to retain domination in that sense.
It really is. And, you know, that boy Summons, he's been playing fantastic throughout this entire tournament. Even just recently, you know, online in the 2Ks, even though he kind of struggled in 1v1s, you know, here and there. I don't know why I know that, but, you know, he kind of struggles in those a little bit. But, you know, he's definitely, in these team situations, come out and fight. But the Ensign is being placed on the map. How do you feel about that, Waldo?
I think that Ensigns will force the fight. Again, if Illicit can win their initial, that can help them gain map control, but they have to keep winning these initials. They win the first kill, but then they have to keep taking it and then keeping control of the map. OpTic was really good about rotating through and forcing the fight.
And here's the push right there. Strangulate's trying to get around, but he's taking some damage up top. You see the support fire coming from Summons above, but Strangulate did manage to get Mental, and 3 kills being picked up here by Illicit, and now they're looking to get Summons, but can Summons stay alive here? He's trying to. He's going to get caught in instance, but he manages not to get one. He's staying alive here, but he finally goes down, and now Sneaky cleans up that kill. That was the last member. That was the quick domination there.
That's exactly what you wanted to see. And again, they won the initial. They got the first couple of kills, and then after one died, they chained all the other ones together, and OpTic were just completely stuck. Summons was in a good position to put that support fire down, but there's nothing he can do. He's not close enough to get a kill from there.
Now, folks, the score will be 2-1, not 4-1. And so now, you know, we're going into this next round. It's going to be 16-second respawn. So OpTic Gaming, they get a chance to go for the weapon selection process. Do they go for the dual spawns here? Oh, they're going to opt to put nades here. We usually see that a lot. Usually we see those both pair of nades go up top. Sometimes we see the M-bar, and teams kind of utilize those secondary positions. But if you were to utilize those secondary positions, what should you put down there to be successful in this map?
I would definitely not be putting down Retro's Marx's or maybe a Bull Tuck. Maybe that would be a safe pick to do there. But what happens when they put nades down on the low side of cockpit, it ends up forcing a fight, and whoever wins that nade fight actually will toss them towards top tables. So you actually have to be really careful and clean on that.
Oh, Mental, he wanted to get aggressive right there. And here you're going to have Strangulate says, you know what, I will challenge you. And they're going to get into a fight, and Strangulate actually wins that fight. And so now that's going to be Mental down. The rest of the members of Illicit is about to mobilize right here, and they're trying to push through, trying to take out the rest of the members. But you see the triple coming out of here by OpTic, and there goes the quad, and 4 members down, all up to Sneaky to stay alive here and defend the home hill. And Sneaky overextended. Now the question is, can he quickly take this 1v1 against explosives?
He needs to be really careful about this, because if he messes this up, his team's completely out of stop. A great back A there, taking out explosives. Good headshot. Now he's just got to control it. He's got to force the fight on the hill. His team's not going to be able to get there enough, and I think Sneaky was able to get in there and get the break. But again, OpTic are sieging in.
Mental took care of him across map. Icy looking up to clean the rest of these kills here. He gets one. He does not get the second one. But Kenny finally comes through, and he takes care of that one, putting himself in a better position to fight this 1v1, and he finally gets the help that he needs. Perfect bait right there on Strangulate, and he just waited for his teammate Mental to come across the map, and now he says, yo, Billy, you can take care of the rest of this work here and get us this next round.
Great job there by OpTic, and again, same situation. Sneaky was able to at least pick the kill up on explosives, but everybody's on timers. They're not going to get there fast enough, and the distance between spawn to get back to your home hill is a long run.
It is. It really is a long run, and on maps like Impact and Forge, the run from, especially on the first half of this game, from your spawn to your home hill down there at the bottom of the map, it's a big gap right there. So when you usually see those teams chain together those 3-4 kills, they usually always plan for that domination, capping all 3 of those hills.
And it looks like we're going to see a safe pick here with a hammer burst. Like I said, you don't want to throw anything too crazy on that side of the map, because then you've got all of OpTic that can shoot sniper rifles and explosives that can shoot a retro. You have to keep that in, you got to keep that in mind. You don't want to go too crazy.
I definitely agree with you right there. But coming forward here, OpTic Gaming, they're doing well here. They're working together as a unit, but Illicit, they're doing good on these initials, right? They're coming through. They're breaking ice on the table. They need to make sure they get control of these nades, but here in these later respawn rounds, if they keep playing the way that they were playing, they should come out on top here.
Right, but they're trusting their shotguns too much when they're approaching these fights, and so when they're going in, they're getting lancered out, and they're already taking damage. As you can see, DeFazio being ultra aggressive. They're trying to push up on explosives, and there's no Lancer fire to support him.
And you see the double being picked up right there by OpTic Gaming. And there's a 3rd kill as well. Nades being picked up by Mental. And there's a 4th that just got picked up. But Strangulate goes down as well. But OpTic already decapping all these hills and capping them all up. All members dead. OpTic Gaming coming out with another round.
Oh, we didn't see the nade go off. Oh, disappointing.
With the smoke tag on the teammate right there.
Yeah.
But as you see them, they're not even breaking a sweat here. You know, they know that, you know what? We're playing for these finals. You know, we got two teams in our sights right now. That's United, that's Team Envious. And they feel like every team before then is just warm up.
You know, and you have to take a look at how they're approaching the fight. Illicit has to start thinking a couple more steps ahead. They're always heads down. Their shotguns are out. They're trying to make these plays. They're going for one shots. But the problem is OpTic are just backpedaling, lancering them out, stopping them at every angle. And then what are you going to do?
And I also say that, hey, play for your strengths, right? If you're winning that fight at the top of the map towards cockpit, majority of the time, put a big weapon down there. The drop shot at Embar, we're going to see the drop shot being placed right now with one more round left in this first half. And they're going to see how it works out for them. And I guess if this round works out well, going into the second half, they can continue with the strategy. And
the hills will swap, so the fight will always be on the top side of the map anyways, so you may be feeling bold to just keep doing that and keep forcing the fight. That may be the area where they are the strongest.
DeFazio looking to get this kill on Icy, but Icy backs up and he regroups with the rest of his teammate. As we said before, the control coming in. Nades being picked up by Fnatic. If he uses these nades well, they can get OpTic Gaming here because they're in a difficult position, and he gets a kill, but Icy takes charge and goes to top table, picks up a kill, and now drop shot is still going to be in play, but he takes out Strang as well. And now the domination coming in as the fight is continuing here. But as you see, the drop shot being picked up by Explosives. The kills happen there on B, and now OpTic knows that it's 4 members down here. They're going to mobilize in different directions to go for these home hills. The question is, can Illicit stop this OpTic Gaming assault?
You cannot give Icy enough credit for how well he played that. That was perfect mechanics in keeping that in the game. Sneaky's going to try to get in the hill and get the break here. Just not enough time. OpTic are going to win the round. That was clean.
It was a big fight there on top tables where we saw that top tables is where we saw majority of that action beginning of the round, and it was a fight for that drop shot. But Icy, he came through and he clutched up and he took charge. He knew that his team was in a difficult situation, so he said, you know what, I'm going to be that guy. And you need people like that on your team who step up and make those type of big plays that you need.
Right, and I think it's a little bit on DeFazio there, where DeFazio had a line on mental, but he waited too long to actually pull out a secondary weapon. He had a shotgun hard aimed, hoping that there was a fight approaching. By the time that it took a couple seconds, Icy pushed up on him and absolutely eliminated him from the fight.
Yeah, but here we go. He goes through right away. He's actually getting flanked, and he took care of Mental. Mental a little bit too aggressive, and now Icy, can he do it again and come clutch for his team? This time Explosive is the one to get the first kill here for OpTic Gaming. Can Icy get the second? No, he cannot. Strangulate goes down as well. Kills being traded off here. Still a fight over here for the top tables. The respawn timers did drop, so we're going to see a little bit more action here. It's going to be 10-second respawns rather than 20 like we saw the round before, and you can see the fight still going over here by tables.
This is a much better fight for Illicit. They're doing a good job of controlling the middle of the map. Now they need to start applying pressure elsewhere on the map, using their Lancers and also Teamfire. They can win a lot of shotgun fights, but they need to start utilizing Teamfire more effectively.
And so Visions here, he has a key 1v1, and he takes out Mental. Mental, he's losing majority of his fights over here at top table, but that's why you have Icy on your team, right? Icy is there to pick up the slack of anybody, but I don't know if we can really call it slack. You know, Mental is just out here, you know, he's just losing, you know, 1 or 2 fights. We rarely ever see that.
Right, and what they're doing is that OpTic has so many different threats on this team. You have to be accounting for it. You may kill one, but there's 4 other monsters on this team that are going to be coming
They can go off at any single time.
Right, and even Summons, who was considered like one of the teams, like, why is Summons on this team? Summons was kind of the black swan at the beginning of the season, but we've seen him come into his own, and you can just see Explosives showing why he's a dominant player in this game.
He got a third. Oh, I can't get it. But here comes his teammate. Actually, did he get it?
Yeah, he got it.
He did get the third one. I'll take that back. I'm not taking nothing away from you, Explosive. They got all 3 kills, and now they're in Illicit spawn, and they just said, all right, come on through. You know, they know that it's too far. There's not much they can do. That was a good round right there by OpTic Gaming. 6-1 here.
That was just a clean sweep.
And, you know, you made a good point there where you say, you know, people were saying that Summons is probably more so the weakest link on the team, but you see how deadly he is. Is it really a weakest link? I don't think you can say OpTic has any weak link, but if people were to, you know, rate them on paper. But the thing is that what's really scary is that I feel like Kenny is one of the bigger monsters here on this team. And Kenny,
he just lays low.
Yeah, he lays low the entire time until his squad really needs him. Because he was telling me the other day, he says, you know what, Blaze, it's just such a beautiful thing. I come out of spawn, I just look at my kill feed, and I see Explosives get 3 kills. Or I see Mental get 3 kills, and I'm like, oh, there's the round, you know? So he's like, it's just easy pickings. He just needs to make good rotations and make sure his teammates know that he's there for them.
Right, and in the situations, Kenny will come up big. We've seen it happen at all the events. But as we see the approach, we saw instants were dropped. They're going to be pushing down into cockpit again. This is Illicit. This is match point for OpTic Gaming, so we're going to see if Illicit can actually come back here and keep control of the game.
And so right here, one round, all OpTic Gaming needed is one more round. Icy will get the instants here mid-map. No kills being picked up here just yet. Fazio's trying to push through. Fnatic's trying to push through on middle. He's getting 1v2, and they actually get that down. But Fazio gets the kill on Mental. He actually gets a double. One on Kenny as well. And they're going to clean up this kill. Explosives gets a double. OpTic Gaming together as a team gets a triple kill. And now the advantage is in OpTic Gaming's favor. Incense coming out, not able to connect on that one. And OpTic Gaming looking to control the 2-cap here.
And they're just looking to put pressure on a hill. They're going up to it. They're going to be pushing it into Illicit's home hill. And you can see Explosives and Summons aren't afraid to fight this, and they're not afraid to create the pressure because it's going to force all the Illicit's members to force them out of this hill.
Yes, it is here. And now, I think the Instants are going to be up top. Nope, that's just going to be Illicit. They're going to try to push through. They will lock down their home hill. And so now they're gonna hold off right here, waiting, big fight going on. Now, Illicit is going to clean up 3 members here of OpTic. If they can push through here, they have to act quickly. These are the rounds they have to take advantage of.
They need to start pushing outside the hill right now and start applying pressure into the spawn to force fights so that OpTic can't get in and break this. But at the same time, they have to get over towards E and break that.
Being decapped right now, Waldo. But at the same time, D is being decapped. And that's OpTic Gaming's home hill. Is going to be the D hill. So OpTic Gaming regains control over that. The hill in the middle of the map, which is E, is going to be in favor of Illicit. So now, OpTic Gaming, you see them kind of grouped up here. They're looking to play for both these home hills.
That's a siege. OpTic is going to be 5-man pushing this high side of the map. Instants are coming out. They're going to try to slow down the push. Mental's going in. You've got to start taking out Mental, and that's a good job there by Visions. They're at least picking them off one by one, and OpTic are not full in there already.
And that's going to be 2 members down here by OpTic. Vision says, hey, let me back up a little bit just in case all these guys start pushing through my spawn. He wants to have himself in a better position. He just lost 3 of his teammates all up to Visions and DeFazio. And DeFazio's across map, and he's going to have to end up getting into a fight here with Kenny because Kenny's looking to go get that E-hill, and he's trying to scope it out first. Does not see him, but now he does. Can DeFazio get the jump on him? Kenny ain't having none of that. And he comes through, and his teammate will get that E-hill.
If you're going to do that move, you better kill Kenny on one shot. Because if that doesn't happen, he'll turn on you and instantly happen. We see the fight over here on the F hill. Everybody's in here. This is the jailbreak strat. This is where Illicit have to make a push, slaughter the entire OpTic Gaming team, and push across map.
And OpTic Gaming is just slaying up here on Illicit's home hill, and there's not much they can do. They just have to win these fights. All these players have to come. But once again, they're all up on respawn. This is going to be OpTic Gaming taking map number 2, 7-1. They took map number 1, 7-2, and it's going to